Hey there, boils and ghouls. I'm Mr. Macabre, and welcome back to my movie library. This video is by special request. Just a short while ago, I did, I think it was number 10 and 11, going through my movie collection and stuff. And one of the viewers asked me if I would take the time to do a more deep dive into one of the editions that I have. And like I said, if any of you are interested, if I show something off in the video and if I just kind of a cursory glance at it, and, if you want me to go more in depth, do a video, go more in depth on it and, talk about it and stuff, I'll be more than happy to do it. One of my viewers asked me if I would do a more, deep dive into the Arrow 4K edition of Invasion of the Body Snatchers, the 1979 remake. Really good remake. I do enjoy it. I would have to say, though, personally, out of all the movies, the Invasion of the Body Snatchers movies, I do have to say I have to go with the OG, the original with Kevin McCarthy and Carolyn Jones. I just like that one more. That one to me has such a really creepy vibe to it, and just really well done. It's very much closer to the book. The only thing it changes was the ending, which as much as I hate to say it, we always say that the book is always better than the movie. I must say, though, in the case of, the Body Snatchers, I do have to say that I do think that the ending of I do think that the ending of the movie, the original movie, was a lot better than the ending of the book. I don't know. It just seemed like the ending of the book just kind of wrapped up a little too easily and stuff. Whereas, like, the ending of the movie, is kind of like, there's a possibility, like there's a glimmer of hope, but we're not entirely sure. It's kind of left a little ambiguous, and I kind of like that a little bit better. But anyway, so they did the remake, and really, really good, solid remake. You got a really good cast in this movie. You got the late great Donald Sutherland. You got Jeff Goldblum. You got Brooke Adams, Veronica Cartwright. You got Leonard Nimoy, Art Hindle. So yeah, you got a really, really good cast in this, and really good movie. On my old channel, Taryn Tats, I got the 4K from Kino Lorber, and I'm going to level with you guys. When I first got this was really just, honestly, it was a vanity purchase. I got this because it was just, they're going to do a nice big box 4K of it, and that's going to look really nice, and you guys know I love my collector's editions and stuff like that. Whereas, it was just a simple, standard edition, slipcover and stuff like that. Which, there's nothing wrong with it. You guys know, God knows I got enough of those. And I definitely don't mind that. But it was just, at the time, it was just, I just couldn't resist. I really, really wanted to go ahead and, get that nice Arrow big box and everything else. And so I got this, and here we go. This is the front of it. This is one of the ones that, comes with the, the slipcover. So this is the front, and here is the back of it. Let's see. I'm going to try to read these if I can. Lots of bonus features on here. 4K presentation in Dolby Vision, HDR compatible. Original uncompressed stereo 2.0 and 2.0 5.1 DTS HD master audio sound. Optional English subtitles for the deaf and hard of hearing. Audio commentary with director Philip Kaufman. Discussing the Pod, a panel conversation about Invasion of the Body Snatchers, an Invasion cinema featuring critic Kim Newman and filmmakers Ben Wheatley of Kill List and Norman J. Warren of Satan's Slave. Writing the Pod, an interview with Jack Seabrook. Well, wait a minute. Yeah, an interview with Jack Seabrook, author of Stealing Through Time on the writings of Jack Finney about Finney's original novel, The Body Snatchers. Revisitors from Outer Space, or How I Learned to Stop Worrying and Love the Pod, a documentary on the making of the film featuring Philip Kaufman, Donald Sutherland, writer W.D. Richter, and more. The Man Behind the Scream, the Sound Effects Pod, a look at the film's pioneering sound effects. The Invasion will be televised. The Cinematography Pod, cinematographer Michael Chapman discusses the look of and influences on the visual style of the film. Practical Magic, the Side Effects Pod, a look at the creation of the special effects from the opening space sequence. original theatrical trailer, double-sided fold-out poster featuring classic and newly commissioned artwork by Tony Stella, 6 postcard-sized art cards, illustrated collector's booklet featuring writing on the film by David Cairns, and Charles Freund, and archival interviews with director Philip Kaufman and writer W.D. Richter. Reversible sleeve featuring classic and newly commissioned artwork by Tony Stella. So, did I put the... I don't remember. I guess I didn't. No, there was a poster. I didn't put it up yet. Crazy, I thought I did. So anyway, so this is the inside of the hard box. You know, of course, that beautiful Arrow hard box that we all like. There's a side. And there's the back of it. Beautiful, beautiful artwork here. Of course, this is the same as this. So, and I'm going to take it out. Okay. So, there you go. Inside the box, obviously, don't need to see that. Okay, we got the, well, Dog My Cats. I did not put up the poster. I thought I did already. Next chance I get, I need to get some of these out of here and, put them on the side so I can remember to pick up some frames. But there's the poster, classic artwork, and the newly commissioned artwork. I know, it's like, man, I did. I thought I put the poster up already for some reason. And, of course, you get a booklet there. It looks almost like a little illustration or something that, like, Clive Barker would have done. Just my opinion, but then the back, nothing on the back, but then, of course, there you go. Art Hindle there. Always remember him from, Kevin McCarthy did a cameo in the movie. He was in the original Vision of the Body Snatchers. That's the thing, usually I think Art Hindle, I think of, like Bob Clark movies like Porky's and Black Christmas. Donald Sutherland. It's amazing when you go back and look how many horror movies and stuff Donald Sutherland did back in his younger years. Leonard Nimoy, Mr. Spock himself. Donald Sutherland, Brooke Adams. Okay, so there we go. That's that. And then here you go. Here's the 4K disc. This is only the 4K. There's no Blu-ray with it. So I would understand if people are like, I would rather just have the Kino Lorber 4K because, that one's got the Blu-ray with it. I want the movie on Blu-ray. Hey, man, that's totally fine. I get it. And some people aren't really into these big box collector's editions. They're like, I'm fine. I would much prefer just a regular standard edition. It's more affordable and stuff like that. Takes up less space on a shelf and everything. Hey, I get you. I understand that. So there we go. I'm pretty sure there are probably still people out there who's like, hey, dude, I got my Scream Factory Blu-ray. As far as I'm concerned, that's good enough. That's all I need. And again, that's perfectly fine, man. No judgment here. So, these things can be doesn't help when I cut my fingernails too short either. Of course, we always get the card in there. So this one has the, I'm not exactly sure what movie that, The Big Boss. Okay. There we go. And then there. This is for their streaming service, right? Yeah, I think it's for their streaming service. And then there's the disc there. There's, again, the alternate artwork, same as on the poster. So, but just my personal opinion. I do think that the 4K transfer on. Okay, you got your cars here. Just a second, I'll get into that. All of these are on the same side, on one side, and then, okay, we got Leonard Nimoy on the one side, and we got Jeff Goldblum. We got Donald Sutherland, Brooke Adams. Brooke Adams, I think. Yeah, that's Brooke Adams. The pod version of her being turned in. Jeff Goldblum, Leonard Nimoy. I think this is after Jeff Goldblum's character turns evil. What is that again? Oh, okay, that's one of the pods. Or the creatures coming out of the pods. And last but not least, we got Donald Sutherland there. Just like I was saying, you think about it, I was like, man, yeah, just never realized he did so many. I mean, I always thought of Donald Sutherland as more of like a dramatic actor and, do a lot of dramas and stuff. I mean, he was a very versatile actor. I mean, I know that, just he did so much stuff. He did, like a lot of, he's been in a number of comedies, like Animal House and Beer Fest. He's done Westerns. He's done, science fiction. He's done dramas. I just always, I don't know why. I always, looked at him as this very serious, very dramatic actor. And, that's kind of usually what I always thought of when I think of Donald Sutherland. And, but yeah, it's like, man, it was amazing. Like, Don't Look Now, Asylum, not Asylum, Dr. Terror's House of Horrors, this. I mean, it is incredible how many horror movies he did back in the day. But so anyway, so that's the inside of it. And on the back, it's just, the good old stuff here. Now, obviously, this, Kino Lorber, when they put out their 4K, that was meant to be the American version. This edition was really just more meant to be it was meant to be an overseas UK version of it. And as a matter of fact, now, Imprint, I'm not sure if it's even still available. I know that Imprint, they're putting out a 4K of this movie, but that's for the Australian market. Which, I mean, you can get on Diabolic DVD and other websites, Orbit probably, and, you probably pre-order off there. But, yeah, it's going to be very expensive. This was a bit pricey. This, I think, was probably about, I want to say it was probably like $35 to $40 range. If I remember correctly, it was $35 to $40. And then, of course, too, with shipping and everything. So it was a little over $40. But I figured, for the big beautiful, collector's box and everything else, I figured it would be worth it. But personally, I do think that the 4K transfer on here it is a little bit of an improvement because I remember, doing a comparison when I got this, I compared it to the Kino Lorber 4K, and I don't know, just to me, this one, it seems like the image just seems like it just seems a little bit cleaner, not like digitally cleaned up or anything like that. Just the image just looks a little bit cleaner, a little bit sharper. Some of the details pop out just a little bit more in this edition, but I'm really happy to have it though. Yeah, I don't know, to me that was like an added bonus because like I said, when I first picked this up, the idea was this was really just a vanity purchase. I just wanted, it was just a chance to get, a really good movie and a really nice collector's edition. And so that was kind of what made me jump on it. And I'll be honest with you, I'm not saying Arrow was going to do this, but it's like, I admit if Arrow was going to be like, we're going to do this with the original Invasion of the Body Snatchers, I would probably be like, yeah, I would definitely want to look into getting that as well because I love the original Invasion of the Body Snatchers. And this, for a remake, this is definitely one of the much, much better remakes out there. It's like, when they do remakes like this, then you don't mind it. But just a really, really well done film. Personally, I just think that the picture quality on here, just to me personally, it just seems like it's just, the image just seems a little bit cleaner, a little bit sharper. Just certain details I thought, kind of stood out a little bit more in the transfer on this one. And so overall, I felt like this was a winner. And, some might still say, well, you kind of spent your, you kind of blew your money. You really didn't need all that. But, I don't mind. I don't regret it. I'm happy to have it. It's a really good movie and a really nice addition. So that's pretty much it. So that's looking into my Arrow Collector's Edition of Invasion of the Body Snatchers from 1979. So there you go. So if anybody took the time to watch this video, I thank you for doing it. I appreciate you for doing it. I honestly hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, would you mind leaving a like and maybe go ahead and share it? If you haven't already, please go ahead and subscribe to my channel. And that's it. Again, like I said, if I show off any additions in a video, if I don't go in depth on it or anything like that, if you guys want me to, just let me know. I'll be happy to do a video, going more in depth on it and show it off for you. And that's it. So yeah, take care, everybody. Love your movie library, and I'll see you all later.